Boston is unbeatable. We've talked about that last week and the week before. Today is final series of 19 reasons why people move to Boston. The last 6 reasons we are going to share today may come as a surprise. I'm Katherine Kranenburg. Thanks for coming back to our channel. We create content just like this for you who are thinking about Boston, and you're gonna wanna stay until the end. Reason 19 is probably something that is so personal that I don't think you're gonna find on any other channel. Boston is the hub for art, culture, and history. We've already talked a little bit about that. And it is no shortage of amazing, world-class, world-renowned museums. You've got the Museum of Science. It's a super interactive museum for kids and parents. When our kids were younger, they absolutely loved this. They have some of the most incredible shows. It's an all-day thing. You also have the ICA, which is the Contemporary Art Museum. It was founded in 1936 as a sister institution to New York's MoMA, and that actually paved the way for other museums of contemporary art and artists and spaces and alternative venues to basically pop up all over the United States. If you check out the ICA website, you can see the history of this. It's pretty cool. I love it as well because it's in the seaport. It's right on the Boston Harbor. You have this outdoor space that you can enjoy looking at the views of Boston Harbor. You've got a Tate right nearby. You can just grab some sandwiches and sit out there. That's what we've done. They also have free concerts. There's a 325 seat theater on the 2nd and 3rd floor. You also have this observatory deck that overlooks Boston Harbor. It's actually one of our favorite museums. I love the gift shop. You can always find something great in there. Sometimes I just pop in just to buy a gift for someone. You also have the Museum of Fine Arts. It's probably one of the most comprehensive collection of over 500,000 pieces of art. It's probably one of the biggest in the United States. They always have wonderful exhibits. They have wonderful teen programs and kids programs. The teachers for these programs are top notch. They also have First Fridays. You can buy tickets for those or for membership. It's free. And they usually have, different drink stations and DJ. You can visit certain parts of the museum, and that's really fun and a great thing to know about when you're relocating to Boston. Another favorite museum that is loved by locals and visitors alike, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. This museum is pretty famous, not only because of its history, of its mystery, of the art that was stolen. There's been Netflix shows, there's been movies that have talked about this. What's so charming about it is it's Isabella Stewart's collection of art during a time where women were not really collecting this type of art. She was very educated, well-traveled. She ended up building this museum in an area at the edge of Fenway neighborhood. She built this building when basically there was nothing there, and it's so charming. The way that it sits today is exactly the way she has always wanted it to stay. And you can even see blank frames where the artwork was stolen. It was pretty sad that all of that was taken, but it has a charming courtyard. They also do First Thursdays, which is really nice. So definitely go and check out their website. They always have wonderful musical, and it's just a really great place for kids and parents. They say this is going to be the next seaport, but honestly, I think it's going to be very different than that. 36 acres of waterfront real estate, 6 million square feet of new development, mixed housing, office space, green space, retail, life sciences, and also improved water access to the waterfront. This is all happening right now in Dorchester Bay City. Unlike the seaport, which was developed basically from the ground up, Dorchester is an established community, one of the most diverse communities, and right now it's being developed into one of Boston's newest and probably largest development to date. If you're looking to move to Boston and you are thinking that you want to be part of an area that's growing and a new development, let us know, reach out to us because we can help you with that. I'm Katherine Kranenburg and I'm a Greater Boston area real estate agent. We have put together a resourceful guide for relocating to the Boston area. You can find it here on this QR code. It's a totally free guide. We help people just like you become better informed about what it's like to live, work, and move to this great area. For families moving to Boston, the Boston suburbs offers some of the best schools in the state. Suburbs like Newton, Concord, Lexington, Brookline, Wayland, to name a few. Almost any Metro West neighborhood are renowned for having the best public schools. For private institutions, you have schools like Dexter, Southfield, you've got Nobles, you have Chestnut Hill, that's close in Boston, and you also have St. Sibs, which is in Needham, and then you have the River School, which is in Weston. These are just a few of the private institutions, all ranked among the best in the state. Are we competitive here with education? Absolutely. This state prioritizes education from preschool all the way up to university level. Speaking of universities, we also have renowned Harvard, MIT, we've got Worcester Polytech, Amherst College. People relocating to Boston can tap into these amazing top-ranked schools. It's a state that prioritizes long-term learning. When you live in Boston, you will fall in love with its geography. It truly has 4 seasons, and you have access to Vermont. You've got New Hampshire, which is wonderful in the fall, and in the winter, you've got lakes and ski mountains. If you want to do a day trip, Walden Pond in Concord, it is truly a pond. People enjoy that a lot during the summer, of course. You can hike, swim, and paddle there. And yes, it is the pond that inspired Henry David Thoreau in his famous book, Walden Pond. Cape Cod is just about an hour to an hour and a half from Boston. It's perfect for beach lovers, offering miles of pristine coastline. There's biking paths. You can hike, you can kayak, wonderful seafood there, wonderful restaurants, and you can check out Provincetown. You can actually go to Provincetown from the seaport and the Boston Harbor through city experiences. You can head north to New Hampshire to the White Mountains. If you are really an outdoor enthusiast, you can climb it. Sometimes you always see these little stickers on the back of people's car that said they climbed the White Mountain. New Hampshire is also famous in the fall. They have this wonderful highway that is so picturesque when you want to watch the changing of the leaves. To the west, you have the Berkshires Mountain in Massachusetts. It's also famous for Tanglewood. A lot of people go there, especially during the summer. You have these beautiful concerts. It's super charming area as well. All of these are amazing places to enjoy. The outdoors in this area is literally like nothing I've ever seen or lived in before. I've lived in many cities, and this one by far is a draw for anyone moving and relocating to Boston. So if you want these kind of tips and resources, you can download our relocation guide. You can find it in the link below, or you can scan this QR code. It is a totally free guide. It's super comprehensive. Our team pulled all of this together to save you time in your research. Go and download that now. You can let us know in the links below. You can email us if you have additional questions. Boston is called the Silicon Valley of biotech, and for good reason. The city is home for thriving biotech and biopharma, with world-renowned institutions like MIT and Harvard fueling innovation. Companies like Moderna, Biogen, and Biotech have their headquarters here. Kendall Square in Cambridge has the highest concentration of biotech companies in the whole world. Worcester is just an hour for outside Boston. It has UMass and Chon Medical School. Worcester has become a hotspot for biotech startup. You also have Greater Waltham, which is called the West Coast of the East. And that's probably about 25 minutes from Boston. The suburb also hosts big players like Thermo Fisher Scientific and Parexel. If you are lucky to have the time to sit down on the weekends and brunch, Boston is never going to disappoint you. You have Empire Garden, which was converted from a theater in Chinatown. You also have Grana. It's an Italian-inspired restaurant. It's in the Langham Hotel. It's quite luxurious. Setting is amazing. It used to be the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, and it serves breakfast daily starting at 7 a.m. Guests at the Langham Hotel can absolutely enjoy that, but also you can too as locals locals or visitors. You have the Lincoln Tavern and Restaurant. That's in the bustling South Boston area. Definitely a destination for breakfast. If you want to check out something that's a little more budget friendly, you can go to Painted Burrow. You can have bottomless breakfast for $25 per person. That has more of a Mexican flair. Puritan and Company, based in Inman Square in Cambridge, is by far one of the best. It has also one of the best pastry chefs if you want to check that out. If you want something Creole style, buttermilk and bourbon, they have several locations, the New Orleans style in Back Bay and also in Watertown. If you're looking for crepes or breakfast pizza, head over to Capo. You can find that in the South Boston area as well. The award-winning Henrietta's Table is a legend, and you can also find that in Cambridge. That's a great brunch spot. You can also enjoy panoramic views from Pier 6 in Charlestown. That's a great brunch spot too. No shortage of brunch spots. That's just barely scratching the surface of all the options. And also, if you have a favorite, put it in the comment below. I know people love brunching in Boston. A strong sense of community. Now, I feel like that word is probably used a lot, but you really do feel like every town and every neighborhood has its unique connection. But I feel like as much as people say that Massachusetts is not friendly, and maybe they want to stay that way, I actually think there's a lot more to uncover in these communities. And over time, you really get to appreciate how it's all sort of woven and weaved together. I love Boston because of its strong sense of community, and people literally never really move away from here because of that particular reason. If you followed along these 3 series, I hope it's inspired you. I hope you took away some great tips. And if you are looking to make Boston your next city, your new home, we'd love to be your realtor of choice. Katherine Kranenburg, Greater Boston area real estate agent. Let us know in the comment below which reason resonated with you the most. We really want your transition to Boston amazing, and we'll see you on the next video.